This time, it's a political mystery in China. I would like to talk about Chinese politics, business, and crime. The central figure in the case we will introduce today remains shrouded in mystery. One of the mysteries involves his connections with North Korea. Some of you watching might be well versed in North Korean affairs, so if you have any additional information, I would appreciate it if you could share it in the comments. First, I would like you to take a look at this article. It's from August 26 and reports that a criminal group that deceived more than 700 people through a Ponzi scheme in Singapore, collecting 670 million Singapore dollars, was uncovered. The ringleader of this group was sentenced to 6 years in prison. The focus of today's discussion is on this criminal leader, a 61-year-old man named Yang, who has roots in China but holds Dutch nationality and committed his crimes in Singapore. It makes you wonder, who is this person? First, let me explain how he got caught. This man established a company in 2021, claiming to invest in cryptocurrency mining. The company, called Henan Blockchain Innovation, claimed to be partnered with a company in China's Henan province for cryptocurrency mining. They attracted investments by promising a daily return of 0.5%. The company in Henan was said to have 300,000 mining machines. At that time, it was widely known that most Bitcoin mining was being done in China, particularly in inland areas with cheap electricity, so the story seemed believable. A daily return of 0.5% translates to an annual return of 182%, which is quite high. As a result, A&A Blockchain Innovation collected 670 million Singapore dollars from over 700 investors, which amounts to about 7.5 billion yen. However, the partnership with the Chinese company was entirely fictitious, and they were simply collecting money from many people. The scheme was sophisticated in that the company created an app that showed investors how much profit they were supposedly making. Investors would check the app daily, see their investments growing, and be pleased. However, the system was created purely for the scam, with no actual backing, just numbers increasing on the screen. When someone wanted to withdraw money, they used funds from other investors to return it, giving the impression that the promised returns were being paid out, which led people to reinvest and recommend it to friends, spreading the scam further. This is a classic Ponzi scheme. Today, even a small group of people can pull off such a scheme. In this case, the scam was run by the ringleader and 3 Chinese accomplices. One of them was responsible for developing the app, which allowed for the illusion of steady returns. The app was designed to show a fixed 0.5% daily return, which was likely chosen because it made the development easier. In short, it's now possible for just one person to develop an app like this. However, Ponzi schemes typically end when the scammers collect enough money and can no longer pay back investors, leading them to flee with the funds. This man was eventually caught by Singaporean authorities, tried, and recently sentenced to 6 years in prison. But this case has a deeper background. For example, in Japan recently, there were cases of criminals who committed crimes immediately after entering the country and then tried to leave. Some were caught right before their departure, such as in the case of the man who vandalized Yasukuni Shrine and then fled to China. Japanese media suggested that he was arrested in China because he committed a crime in Japan, giving the impression that the Chinese Communist Party was cooperating with Japan. But that's not the case. One major issue in this case is that the man who vandalized Yasukuni Shrine had a criminal record in China. According to Japanese regulations, people with criminal records in their home country should not be allowed to enter Japan. Despite this, he managed to enter Japan, indicating that Japan's screening system is flawed. There are too many people entering the country, making it impossible to thoroughly screen everyone. In China, document forgery is rampant, so some may even use false identities to enter the country. The same problem exists in Singapore, or more precisely, Singapore encountered this issue before Japan. The man recently sentenced in Singapore has a dark past, and the Singaporean authorities should not have allowed him into the country if they had known about his background. Singapore is often perceived as a very safe country by the Japanese, but the situation there has become precarious. The man sentenced to 6 years in prison was once involved in major business deals in North Korea, claiming to be Kim Jong-il's son. However, there are many mysteries surrounding him. The information available about his early life is limited, relying mostly on his own accounts. He claims to have been born in Nanjing in 1963 and became an orphan at the age of 5, after which he was raised by his grandmother. In 1981, he joined the Navy, where he was highly regarded, leading to an opportunity to study abroad in the Netherlands at Leiden University. Interestingly, the alcoholic beverage Jenever, which inspired gin, is said to have been invented by a professor at Leiden University. At the age of 25, Yang studied there, eventually obtaining a degree in Dutch citizenship in 1993. This ties back to the fact that the man sentenced in Singapore holds Dutch nationality. Yang then started a business and was successful, leading him to invest in China, where he established a company called Daiwa Group. He claimed to engage in agricultural projects, investing in a place called Xinjiang in Henan province, where he built a settlement called Holland Village for advanced agricultural activities. His involvement with North Korea began around this time. The location of Xinjiang is notable because it has historical ties with North Korea. Why Yang was appointed as the head of a special economic zone in North Korea remains a significant political mystery. The reason for his arrest by Chinese authorities in 2002 is also unclear, but it seems to be connected to his fraudulent activities in China, including using agricultural land for real estate development and tax evasion. Despite his North Korean connections and his role in their special economic projects, Yang's arrest by Chinese authorities might have been due to political struggles between Beijing and Pyongyang. Some analysts believe that Yang was caught up in a power struggle between Kim Jong-il and the Chinese leadership, particularly regarding the establishment of economic zones near the China-North Korea border. Another theory involves his connection with Bo Xilai, a prominent Chinese politician at the time, whose enemies might have targeted Yang because of his association with Bo. These political intrigues add another layer of mystery to the case, making it one of the most complex political and criminal cases in recent years.